All right, here we go.
Here we go.
We're at the Cherry Pie 3-4 Elite Crit.
Yes, in beautiful Napa, California.
It's true, where the winners get cherry pies, or top three get cherry pies. That's what we're all racing for. My name is Chris Barr. I race at Dolce Vita.
I'm Wei Yan. I'm with Project 74.
And we're going to take you through our race today. We're both in this race. Right now we're looking at Wei's can. He's off to a really awesome start. As this thing got kicked off, you're right on the rear wheel of the leader, looking awesome. Tell us about your plans for today.
Yeah, so for this race, I think I just wanted to conserve and just last in the race. Because I actually did another race before. I was in the P123 race and just got my ass handed to me because I wasn't feeling very good this day. I actually felt like shit going into this race. And then on top of that, the P123 race, I got horrible positioning from the start. On the grid, I was at the very back. I was caught behind someone who couldn't clip in. So by the time I was actually able to put down power, the leader was way down the road. And that accordion effect just killed me. And I lasted maybe 2 laps. Maybe three. But so this time I was like, I have to be right on the front, right from the beginning.
Yep.
And just conserve. I didn't have any teammates, so I kind of have to just play that role of read the field and just, react to what other people do.
Right.
Because I don't have any reason to put in any moves. There's no one to block for me, no backup plans. So that was what I was going for. Conserve. Right. How about you?
Yeah, similar case. Start at the front.
Yeah.
Burn a max or two if you have to get into that hole in the top 5 wheels. Totally worth it in a very technical course like this. Stay at the front, ride hard, but understand that even if what I felt like in this race, because I did the Cat 4 race previously, it was really hard at the front, but it was harder at the back.
Totally.
So even eating a little wind up front felt more efficient, because it's hard either way, but it felt actually less hard than going to the back and getting that accordion and having to not be snapped off the back.
Yeah, just sprinting every single time.
Yeah. So this is first lap. You're very well positioned. I'm just behind you. Maybe sitting 5th wheel, and I'm covering early moves for my team at this point. So I'm trying to stay in the mix.
Yep.
And here's James Yang.
Right. So the kind of defining thing of this race is that James, who's on that blue bike racing with Dolce Vita, your teammate, he breaks away, and we're gonna cut to the point where he breaks away, and we can kind of talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, this is the race defining move. It's kind of the whole day for everyone in the peloton was dictated by this right here.
Right. So here, this is my camera once again. You can see at the very front, James is starting to take away. He attacks into the second technical section, I guess. That's at the end of the lap. People are not really trying to chase him down that hard. This is about 10 minutes into the race, so very early on.
So early. This is a 45 minute race, and
right.
10 minutes he's going solo.
Right, so there he's just kind of going through that, cruising by himself, no one to slow him down in front of him. And we kind of just let him go. No one did a whole lot of work to bring him back.
It looked like there's a little confusion down the previous straightaway. I saw some people looking around, looking back, looking here and there, and I don't think anyone wanted to eat the wind.
Yeah. So as his teammate, what was going through your mind here as he is up the road now?
Right. So I see him go away, and it's so early. I'm just like, woof, wow, this is quite the move to be putting in. And you can see me, I creep into your camera right here. I pop into 3rd wheel, and I'm having to make a game time decision of either try to push up to the very front of this group and play blocker through the technical section, or just remain a sweeper. And my thought was, if either of these guys jump and snap, I'm gonna snap right with them. So if they're gonna get to the break or form a break, I want to be in there so we can be stacked 2v1 going into that. So yeah, it's one of those things where this is the moment right here. If I had gotten on the front, I probably should have gotten on the front. Actually, this is a mistake maybe by me. And really rode a kind of a wide bike through this whole section that allowed him to just really get that gap kind of pushed out.
Got it.
But I kind of had some moral quandaries with doing that. I was like, oh man, is that not such a great move to do? It's so early into the race, right?
Hey, it's bike race. You're not there to make friends, you know. And I think, you know, in the P123 race, the Mike's Bikes actually was doing that for their teammate. Like every time their teammate was up the road, which I think happened a few times in their race, their team just got to the front through the section, rode really wide lines, and slowed everyone down. But the thing is, here you notice that there's a person in the black kit that kind of just blew off in the back. He kind of did it for you, because I think in that section he was going pretty slow as well, and you know, maybe he was just tired or something, because he just parachuted off.
He was gone. And it happened to a couple guys actually in this next like couple minutes of this race, where they just were on the front and then it looked like the engine just totally blew.
Yeah.
And then that was it. How are you feeling in this moment?
The whole time I was just thinking, stay on a wheel. Someone else is gonna chase him down. I'm not gonna do it.
Right. And these are the right people too. You've got Enjoy Cycling. You've got Alto Velo.
Yeah.
You're riding the coattails of the other teams who have some power and some numbers.
Exactly. I think you can see, you're able to see James just right there in the corner of my camera. But yeah, I was just hoping that they would do the work, and I guess, you know, as the race plays out, it kind of happens. But
right.
Yeah,
But
definitely not to the extent that I was hoping for.
Well, at this point though, James is away. The move is made, and he doesn't come back for a long time.
Yeah.
So we're at 9 minutes in. He spends roughly 30 minutes of this race solo.
Yeah, it was an amazing performance.
Yeah.
So here on this straight, you know, people are looking around, but I think you see that guy kind of shaking his head.
Yep.
I guess,
He doesn't like it.
Yeah, and then
There's another Work Health guy.
yeah, they go up to the front together, I think, to try to chase it back. So they're doing the work.
Right.
Yeah, just riding along. But I guess, long story short, James stays away the whole race.
Yeah.
And now we're cutting in. This is into the last lap.
Right. So it's been 30 minutes of James on the front.
Right.
And everyone kind of disorganizedly trying to get him back.
Yeah. So this is, I have some regrets in this race. I in the end did pretty well, especially considering I had zero expectations. I didn't feel great. I got 5th.
First off, that's incredible.
Thank
5th
you.
place in a stacked 3-4 field. Some of these guys who are winning these races or even finishing behind you are about to be Cat 2s. So hats off to you. That's very good.
Thank you, Chris. But yeah, so like I said, the whole time I just didn't want to do any work. I didn't. I was in conserve mode, which I think is the right thing to do a lot of the times. Like when you're in a race, like I've been told, it's like when you're racing, treat it like a recovery day. Just do like as little work as possible, right? Anything to make that happen.
Dear
So
Lord.
I was doing that pretty well. You know, this is the last lap. I'm still, I don't know, top 5 wheels ish.
Okay.
But in a race, there has to be a moment when you make a move. Otherwise, nothing's going to happen, right? It's not just going to be handed to you. And I think that's what I was hoping for in the back of my mind. Just a little bit too idealistic or too hopeful or something. But I think the move that won this race was made right about here. So you can see the Dolce Vita rider. I think he was trying to block.
Yep.
But then, boom, there goes the Alto Velo rider.
Right.
It's taken off.
Serious odds.
This is, I should have been on that wheel. I should have gone for that, but I didn't. I was expecting this rider right in front of me to just tow me to the finish line, and I think I was thinking that it was still just too early. You know, I guess there's still this technical section, and there's that whole long straightaway.
It's a long drag.
It's a long drag, it was, but he's got a pretty good gap right here.
Yeah.
And I should have known that there's a teammate that was trying to block, so he's not really doing a whole lot there either.
Yeah, this is Miles. Yeah, Miles is not going to put in lots to
Right.
help you guys.
Yeah, so here I was hoping that the rider in front of me would just take me to the line, and I don't know, it was too late at this point.
Yeah,
The
this
Enjoy
sprint-
Cycling person went, and then at this point I think I was just like, didn't have that much left in the tank and couldn't even catch up to the guy, so I couldn't even pass him. He
Right,
took
and
me
there's
to the
James
line.
right there. Oh man,
Yeah, heartbreaking that he got passed literally right at the line.
God, God.
But he, I don't know, put on an amazing performance. He was the winner of the race, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's crazy. So by this time I had dropped out. My job had been done, and I was like, my engine had blown. So I was on the sideline watching this thing, and I could not believe how tight it was.
Yeah.
This was an amazing race to watch as a spectator, to see someone go solo at 9 minutes, spend 30 minutes away, and get caught with like 60 feet, right? This is exactly what you...
Even less than that.
It was, exactly.
Right at the line.
And it's like, this is, like, obviously, like, this is what, like, really good pro racing looks like, where there's an attack early, and then the whole group has to work to bring it back.
Yeah.
And, you know, sometimes the break works out, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's heartbreak at the line, like today. I was so happy to be able to, like, see this, like, more advanced style of bike racing play out, and then and like have it kind of play out in the way that it did. I mean, it's terrible because James crucified himself for 30 minutes. But what a story to, like, you know, be just caught barely right at the line and not quite make it, right? I mean, gosh. And part of me wonders if I had gone back a little earlier, done a little more work.
Yeah, if you did block a little bit more, like, you know, you did go to the front through the technical section on like maybe 2 laps, maybe James would have gotten
Could have been it. Yeah.
Maybe, but hey, you learn from that for next time.
Yeah, that's it.
Get better after each race.
Great result, dude. 5th place.
Thank you.
Stacked field. Congrats.
Thank you. I'm trying not to get points though, because I want to stay at 3 forever. I'm not cut out for 2s.
I've heard about how 3s is the best spot, and I know of multiple people that don't want to become 2. So you're not alone.
That's me.
All right. Well, until next time.
Thank you for having me, Chris.
Yeah, dude.
See you guys later.
We'll do it again.
Like, comment, subscribe.